Laos Dating Guide advises how to pick up Laotian girls and how to hook up with local women in Laos. Travel, enjoy and have fun with hot single girls. Laos, officially known as Lao People's Democratic Republic, Laos is also referred to as Muang Lao by the colloquial name. It is a socialistic country, and it also is a landlocked country hemmed in by Myanmar, China, Vietnam, Cambodia, and Thailand. The country has a rich culture and tradition, and it has been ruled by some of the most famous kings and monarchs. Over the years, it has become a famous destination for trade and, more importantly, tourism. Tourism is one of the important mainstays of this country, and 1 out of every 10 person in this country earns his or her bread and butter through tourism. Women are also very much involved in tourism, though it was not so a few decades ago. Today, the women in Laos are also becoming quite open and liberal and are willing to get out of the male-dominated mindset. Though it may not be happening at the same speed with which it is happening in many other countries, there is no doubt that things are changing quite fast. Women in Laos are playing a very role in the overall development of the economy. The average Laos women are extremely beautiful, though not very fashionable, and not attired in the best of dresses and costumes. However, the wheels of change are moving quite fast, and if you have a look at the modern-day young Laos women, they are catching up very fast. They are bold, educated, and erudite and are willing to walk beyond the walls and norms of society that has been built over thousands of years. If you are keen on visiting Laos for its tourist attraction, also are keen to pick up some of the most beautiful women on planet Earth, then you certainly are in for some pleasant surprise. Though it is an old country with age-old customs and rituals, the women, especially in the urban areas including the capital city Vientiane, are extremely curious and even fond of foreign men from the West and other countries of the world. Laos continues to be a country that is driven and ruled based on socialistic patterns and beliefs. The influx of Western influence and way of life has been slow, and it is happening in fits and starts. But the internet and other forms of modern-day technologies have enabled many young and modern-looking women to change themselves. Traditionally, Laos's women are famous for their wonderful and exotic looks. They have very beautiful skin tan, and they also boast of some of the most stunning and beautiful bodies. They may not be as tall or as well built as their Western counterparts, but if you are looking for petite and sexy women, Laos could be the right place. They are endowed with beautiful hair, facial features, nice, sparkling and talking eyes, and a figure that is bound to excite men and increase their testosterone levels. Being from a traditional background where women have been always considered to be good enough only for managing the house, the average Laos women are slightly withdrawn and have an introverted way of life. Women from the rural areas are still controlled by old belief systems, and therefore, when it comes to their attitude, for the man from the West it could be a bit weird and not to their liking. However, this is not the case as far as women from the urban areas of Laos are concerned. They are ready to explore, but this doesn't mean you can get talking to them and befriend them within a few minutes. Even modern women of Laos from cities and the capital city are a bit careful and circumspect when it comes to talking to strangers in general and foreign men in particular. This should not be construed as a negative attitude, and they can be won over with patience and good behavior. How to pick up girls. We often come across stories where many men have boasted about prowess and capability in picking up girls quite easily. On the other hand, there are also many men who are unhappy because they have not been so successful in this area. This is universal across the world, and it also applies to women and girls in Laos. As mentioned, women in Laos are on the cusp of a change and are breaking away gradually from the shackles of the past. Hence, if you are keen on getting friendly with them and winning them over, you have to be patient and should avoid rushing through. You should get started by asking simple questions and find out ways to break the ice. This may not be as simple as it happens with girls and women of the West, but at the end of it, women are women across the world. They will certainly become friendly if they are able to trust men. The onus is therefore lies on men to find out ways to win their trust. Once you are able to do this, you can date them, and then picking them up should not be a problem. The chance of picking up women in Laos is not as good as it perhaps is even in neighboring countries like Thailand. That being said, the urban women in the capital city Vientiane are quite open and bold. If, as a foreign man, you are able to build up a rapport with them and win their confidence and trust, you will be able to pick them up without too much difficulty. While many young women would love to move around the country with foreigners, there are others who would be fascinated by foreign men and would enjoy their experiences and narrate the same to their friends for obvious reasons. Therefore, as far as picking up women is concerned, Laos could be considered above average. Best places to meet girls. Malls, college neighborhoods, and tourist destinations are the best places where you can pick up girls and women. Here are a few places that you could find some of the most gorgeous girls of Laos. Vientiane Thanaleng Railway Station. La Zoo, Vientiane. Tulit Sa Vientiane, Mall and Supermarket. You could try to look for them in some of the famous tourist locations in and around Laos Vientiane. Here are a few of them. Vang Vieng, Central Laos. Phao Khao Kue National Park, 40 kilometers from Vientiane. The Presidential Palace, Vientiane. Tips for nighttime. Nights across the world come with their charm and exotic memories. The same is the case with Laos too. The capital city of Vientiane also has a number of bars, nightclubs, and restaurants. This is a place where there is a big congregation of men and women from the capital city. This is also a place where hot and ready to move around women stroll around and look for the right foreign men. Hence, if you hang around bars and restaurants, you will be able to find some of the best-looking women who are scantily dressed and ready to set your adrenaline racing. Rating nighttime. Chance of hooking up at nighttime. 4/5. Compared to daytime, the chances of picking up women in Laos are indeed quite bright. Generally, it is the same practice across all cities and countries of the world. As the sun sets behind the horizon and as naughty nightlife takes over, we can many dozens of women hookers moving around the streets of Vientiane and other major cities. However, you should avoid them for obvious reasons. You must be on the lookout for quality girls who are not there to earn money but to enjoy sex and give company and get happiness and passion from foreign men. As a man, you will certainly be able to come across many of them provided you keep your eyes and ears open. You will find young women, in particular, moving around with roving eyes, always keen on trying to meet the eye with a foreign man. At the end of the day, there is no doubt that women are women across the world and they have hormones, physical and sexual needs too. Best nightclubs to meet girls. There is no doubt that nightlife is the best for those who are not keen on spending time in the bed alone. It applies to both men and women, and the unwritten rule is perhaps applicable in Laos too. As a tourist male, you have many reasons to feel lonely, and when you are away from your home and family, it is quite possible that your sexual urges will be much higher. It is the same with many young colleges and unmarried women across Laos and the capital city in particular. Most foreigners, men and women, and also many local women who are thirsty and hot, frequent these clubs. They are basically here eyeing for the best of men who are good looking and are also keen on having some fun. There are basically two areas where these nightclubs are located. They are the upper class areas and another area that is mainly populated by tourists and expats. However, you have to be careful when choosing the nightclubs because a few of them are in close proximity to the red light area of the capital city. There could be an overlapping of women who belong to the trade, and you should know how to avoid it. Otherwise, there is no doubt that the nightlife in specified areas could be quite electrifying and enjoyable. You have Western music playing, and there is a generous flow of beer, wine, and alcoholic drinks. Dances are also common, and this is the time for identifying the right women who tend to get close and draw the attention of men. That's for today. Don't forget to do like, share, and subscribe. It will help to grow my channel.